World loves football for its exciting adrenaline-punched moments. Sometimes incidents happen, which can be really funny and sometimes serious. And these incidents are the ones which provide us with unforgettable memories. So, what are the most famous and shocking moments in football history? Let's check it out. Now, let's dial back to 1998. In an argument with referee Paul Alcock, while playing for Sheffield Wednesday against Arsenal, Italian footballer Paolo Di Canio was sent off and given a 5-match suspension. It couldn't have been just an argument, right? The incident happened in the match's 27th minute when Di Canio collided with Martin Keown of Arsenal. Di Canio appeared to nudge Keown as the ball left the pitch out of irritation. Di Canio was quickly given a red card by referee Paul Alcock, but the Italian player responded angrily, pushing Alcock and making an apparent attempt to headbutt him. The subsequent scene was both startling and hilarious. Alcock collapsed to the ground after stumbling backwards and clutching his face as though he had been gravely hurt. While some fans and athletes chuckled when they saw the referee writhing on the ground, others were horrified by Di Canio's actions. Television cameras caught the incident, which drew immediate and considerable media attention. Di Canio received harsh criticism for his violent outburst, while Alcock was charged with acting inappropriately and seeking to make a name for himself. Some Di Canio supporters even made t-shirts with the slogan "Paul Alcock's a wimp" on them. So, which part amused you? The sudden outburst by Paolo Di Canio, or the Academy Award-worth acting by the referee? We all love an entertainer, and Robbie Savage was one of the best you could ask for in a football match. But sometimes these entertainments could go overboard. You be the judge of that after watching these antics. Savage was involved in one of the most well-known incidents while he was a player for Blackburn Rovers. Savage appeared to be gravely hurt after being fouled by Borough's George Boding during a game against Middlesbrough. To the entertainment of the fans, Savage sprang up and began dancing in front of Boding as soon as the referee gave Blackburn a free kick. Savage also made a lasting impression during a game between Tottenham Hotspur and Leicester City, his old team. Savage made the decision to take a seat in the stands and watch the remainder of the game with the spectators after being replaced in the second half. Savage was observed consuming beer while watching the game from the stands and interacting with spectators. He even found time to take selfies with some of them. Savage was also well known for his mischief off the pitch, frequently pulling practical jokes on his teammates. Savage once threw and filled Jaffa cakes into the club's swimming pool while he was a player for Birmingham City, which infuriated the club's management. This incident is about Rooney Higuita, who decided to do something spectacular because he was tired of playing the typical goalkeeper and didn't want to collect the ball with his hand. This occurred when Jamie Redknapp of England attempted to score during a friendly match versus England. Once the ball returned to the edge of the penalty area, Higuita, who is known for his flashy style of play, made the uncommon decision to attempt something daring. Higuita leaped forward and kicked the ball away with the heel of his foot in a maneuver that has since come to be known as the scorpion kick, as opposed to merely sweeping the ball away with his hands or feet. The stop was not only spectacular, but also somewhat out of the ordinary for a goalkeeper, who usually sticks close to the goal line and uses their hands. Higuita's scorpion kick instantly went viral, and many football fans and commentators hailed it as one of the best saves in history. Despite its widespread use, professional athletes hardly ever attempt the scorpion kicks since it is so challenging to execute. Yet because of Higuita's success, other players have given the technique a shot, with some even attempting it live during games. The next incident was performed by the Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney. Rooney experienced one of his most memorable moments in a game against Tottenham Hotspur in 2011. Rooney ran to the corner flag and executed a series of punches as if he were in a boxing ring after scoring an incredible goal from the edge of the box. Many football fans and commentators praised Rooney's ingenuity and showmanship as the celebration became an instant sensation with viewers and quickly went viral. When other footballers and supporters posted videos of themselves celebrating similarly after goals, the celebration became so well-liked that it started a trend on social media. In that celebration, Rooney made fun of himself in reference to a video that had surfaced in the British media the previous night showing him sparring jokingly with his pal and former United defender Phil Bardsley. The next set of moments is from one of the best strikers in football history. It isn't an insane goal we are talking about here. It is about the times when Luis Suarez bit his opponents, yes plural. During the course of his professional career, Suarez has sunk his teeth into 3 different players. The striker has played 848 games for his club and country, which means that the chances of Suarez biting another player are 1 in every 282 matches. For context, the odds of getting bitten by a shark are 1 in 3.7 million. The first incident happened in 2010, when Suarez bit PSV Eindhoven midfielder Bakel's shoulder and received a 7-game suspension. Suarez was captain of Ajax at the time. The Uruguayan great was dubbed the Cannibal of Ajax by the Dutch newspaper De Telegraaf, and the nickname persisted throughout his playing career. Suarez was given a 7-game suspension, and it turned out to be his final game for the Eredivisie Giants. The second incident happened in April 2013, during a 2-2 tie between Liverpool and Chelsea, when Suarez hit once more, this time targeting Ivanovic. In addition to the referee missing the event, Suarez later scored an equalizer to save a point for the Reds. This time, the FA handed the striker a 10-game suspension, which was critically extended to the beginning of the 2013-14 season, the season in which Liverpool went on to lose the title by 2 points. One more year, one more shoulder. Suarez had finally bitten off more than he could chew this time. He escaped punishment for the third time, at the time after biting Chiellini during Uruguay's 1-0 World Cup victory against Italy. Suarez was nonetheless barred from any football-related activities for 4 months by the body that governs the sport. In addition, he received a 9-game international suspension, ending his 2014 World Cup campaign. What do you think is the reason for his actions? Next, let's check out one of the greatest moments of football history. Have you heard of the term, the hand of God? The hand of God is referred to as one of the most controversial incidents in football history. The quarterfinals between Argentina and England in the 1986 FIFA World Cup was one of the most exciting football matches ever. It included two nations who had been at war only 4 years earlier, as well as Diego Maradona, who was perhaps the best player in the world at the time. Maradona was never one to shy away from the spotlight, and at Mexico City's Azteca Stadium, he was front and center, scoring 2 goals that would go down in history, with one that was later named the goal of the century, and another known as the hand of God. 6 minutes into the second half of the game, with the score still 0-0, Maradona scored the hand of God goal. Before attempting a pass to a teammate, Maradona started waltzing his way past the England defense. The teammate mishandled the pass, but an England defender intercepted it with his foot, forcing the ball to loop high into the air and fall to Maradona and England goalkeeper Peter Shilton as they approached. The small Maradona punched the ball with his left hand past the helpless goalkeeper, who had tried to punch the ball himself, contrary to what most observers had predicted would happen. Despite loud objections from the England players, who could see the handball plainly, Tunisian referee Ali Benacer awarded the goal as Maradona immediately wheeled away in joy. Despite England scoring late, Maradona's goals helped Argentina advance to the semifinals. 5 minutes later, Maradona scored another notable goal with a slaloming run from his own half that was later named the goal of the century. Due to his prominent contribution, the 1986 World Cup in Mexico became known as the Maradona World Cup. He was in the prime of his career, and in that quarterfinal, as captain of that Argentina team, he not only scored 2 goals but also guided his team to victory in the FIFA World Cup. Maradona once more scored a second-half double as the Albiceleste overcame Belgium 2-0 in the semifinals before defeating West Germany 3-2 in the championship game. Do you think this incident is funny or serious? Should the decision have been changed later? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like